Well, we saw another hot day yesterday, and things are going to be cooling down today, but heating up down in towards the southwest and down just off of Mexico as Hilary over the last 24 hours has increased its sustained wind speed by almost 75 miles per hour. It's pushing 140 miles per hour right now for its sustained wind speeds, which makes this a Category 4 storm. It's considered really explosive development with half that increase in wind speed. So this thing is really built fast. Very warm water sitting off of Mexico right now, and that's feeding the storm system. And you can see it's spinning. It's really huge. It's around 600 to 700 miles across, so it has a huge swath as it moves up along. It's expected to parallel the coast. In fact, we'll kind of as you can see, it's going to be heading on up and probably come into Southern California as we head towards later Saturday and into Sunday, but it will be much weakened by then. I'll show you that. So currently Category 4, it's now 145 miles per hour sustained winds there. And you can see as we put that into motion, moving on up here to just off of Baja, still a Category 4, but it weakens quickly as it heads on up towards the Baja Peninsula. It's really hard to call exactly where the landfall is going to be since it's paralleling the peninsula there, and it also doesn't really make too much difference because it's such a huge storm at this point, but it will be dropping back to a Category 1 as it starts to approach northern Baja California, and then as it moves across the I was going to say Canadian border, the Mexican border, you can see up into Southern California. Still a Category 1 hurricane as it makes landfall. It's moving over much cooler water and over the land, and that's going to weaken it quickly. It'll move up into Southern California, still with some wind in it, and that looks like it will be looking for some pretty heavy rains over much of the southwest. If we take a look at the total rainfall out of this at this point, you see 3 inches of rainfall in Los Angeles, almost 5 inches in Palm Springs, and 2.5 inches around El Centro, a little short of 2 inches in Yuma, and over 2 inches in Las Vegas. But these really heavy rains with this, there may be problems with not local flash flooding. There'll also be problems potentially with landslides and debris flows with all that. We still have a lot of that terrain down there that has previous wildfire burns in it as well, but it's going to be a really interesting time. And this is going to be happening roughly later Saturday on into Sunday is when we're going to see most of this rain come down, it looks like. At this point, it looks like most of this moisture is going to miss Washington. It might just clip Spokane with some showers and thunderstorms there as we head towards Tuesday and maybe on into Wednesday. A little bit closer to home, though, focusing up there, Granite Falls High School. You can start to see the outline of Mount Pilchuck out there in the distance starting off the day. We do have fire weather red flag warning today from 10 a.m. till 9 p.m. in eastern Washington. They're cooling off down to the 80s, which is a real improvement. They're going to get some gusty winds today, and a fire weather watch from 11 a.m. tomorrow until Sunday at 11 p.m. because we start to get offshore winds briefly, which will also bring some smoke into western Washington, it looks like, as we head towards Saturday and Sunday, but air quality only drop off to moderate. Overall for today, a few morning clouds and mostly sunny, much cooler today, mid to upper 70s most spots, a few low 70s right near the water. Tomorrow we'll warm back up a little, upper 70s and low 80s, mid 80s, maybe some upper 80s on Sunday. Might touch 90 in the south sound briefly, and then back to 70s with sunshine Monday and Tuesday. Just a slight chance of a few showers around later Tuesday into Wednesday as that moisture from Hilary moves by us and a little system moves in off the Pacific, and sunshine and upper 70s and low 80s for Thursday.